Alright, there's some equipment running in here. The audio probably is terrible. Using my phone as a backup. I don't know which one picks up the least crappy audio, but we'll find out. I'm going to gotta build a panhard bar for the whatever the hell that thing's called, Impala. So couldn't find an adjustable one in stock, and figured I could build one for less than 30 or 40 bucks. So that's what we're gonna try to do. Some inch and 3/8, 60-61. Inch and 3/8 is very much overkill, but it was laying on the rack and it was free, so that's what we're using. I kind of messed up on the ordering of the hind joints. I bought 5/8 through, which should have just been 1/2 inch. I was thinking that since everything else was 5/8, that's what I got. So everything else, as in all the suspension components, the bolts and the suspension parts, upper and lower control arms. Pretty much I'll just show you, I'll do one end. The other end will be the same thing, you'll just have left-hand threads. We'll do the left-hand end first, and then I'll put a little witness mark on there to show that it's left-handed. If I figured right, which you never know, this bar end to end should be 28,875 from end to end. I can't remember what I got cut, but that's more than enough. More than enough. So one end will get cut off in the bandsaw, but it's pretty much good enough, and that'll do machining. Got no real plan. We'll kind of church it up a little bit. I was going to do it on the CNC lathe, but that thing is tied up, and there was no point in me tearing down just to do this, just to put it back together and have it running for parts in the morning. So we'll just do it on the old manual lathe back here. Pretty much I should have everything I need. I'll have to also build some sleeves. This is a sleeve, but I need a spacer sleeve to make up the distance for the width of that rod end. This is actually supposed to stay in the bushing like that end, but it came out. I really don't know. That's a 9/16 thread, so I'm just going to try to skim this down. Hopefully it stays put. We'll just skim that down to 1/2 inch or 5/8, because it's 3/4 right now. That way that hind's going to fit on there. And then for the frame end, I'm just going to drill out the tabs and run a 5/8 bolt, since I have several. But yeah, let's see what we can do here. Turn this little end piece down. It's probably the diameter across this nut. I hope you can hear me. Probably can. It's probably a terrible video. We'll just say 1 inch 100. I turned this down just to clean it up, so it's a tad under 1 inch and 3/8. So let's take 260 thousandths off. And we will say let's go 1 inch 250 in. That's about right there. What did I say, 270 thousandths? That little groove right there is just to tell me that's the left-handed end. I was taking 100 to pass till I got down to the last 70, and then I went 50 and 20. So slow this down a little bit. Let's get this hole knocked in here. bought this from Summit. It wasn't that much, 20 bucks I think. It's not a great tap, it's a 4-flute tap. I really wouldn't want to run that into something, you know, hard like heat treated or whatever. It's usually the bottom of the barrel tap. Let me get a little sauce.
Competition Products, your source for hardcore engine parts for street, strip, and oval track. Our free catalog is packed with hundreds of product lines from the best-known manufacturers in the performance industry. Lowest prices guaranteed. Free shipping and handling on all orders over $149 in the continental U.S. Need expert advice? Our knowledgeable staff is just a phone call away. Competition Product, race parts sold by racers since 1970.
Run it the rest of the way in with the tap handle. Pretty loose threads. Probably a crappy time joint. But you know, that thing only go in there about halfway. That way to give you got adjustment either way, in or out. So well, that's one end. I'm gonna jump on doing the other, and I may or may not show you the sleeves, making the sleeves. I don't know, they're not that interesting, but yep, when we finish the other end, and we'll have a adjustable panhard bar. All right, before this camera dies, I got that bar on there just kind of give you an idea. Just say the lip to the inside edge, almost 3.5. And then just for reference, we'll come to the front here, and that looks like 2 3/4. Now we'll go to this other side, and we don't even have to measure that. You can tell. See, it's like 2 1/4. Front. So, quarter might be bent, but because I felt like the other one was a lot different, but just looking at it, you can tell that the wheel is to this side substantially. Oh, but what I was saying right before the camera just suddenly died is that could have put some wrench flats on this bar to make adjustments easy. I mean, it's not that you have to adjust these things often. It's kind of a set it and forget it unless your ride height changes dramatically. But I mean, I got the nut kind of tightened down, but I mean, it spins really easy. I mean, the adjustment of the car is, you know, it's pretty much effortlessly. Still haven't hooked the shocks up. I'm waiting to do that until I can get the front. I'm gonna have the jack stands under the front control arms when I get it back together, and maybe it'll be at ride height. I may have to actually sit it on the ground. If that's the case, then I'll just stick the shocks on these studs, but it's not a big deal. Everything's tightened up. All the trailing arms, control arms, what do you want to call them, uppers and lowers. The bolts for the panhard bar are snug. I still have to tighten up the little tabs right here on the for the e-brake cable. I want to replace those e-brake cables too. I have the one from the front, from the pedal to there's a connection up there in front of the mufflers, but I still need these back here. I mean, the front one broke, the back ones are probably, you know, any time now. But pinion seal's still leaking. I really need to address that, just so it doesn't get any worse and barf all over the place 100 miles from home. Can't really tell if it's sitting lower, if it's got the wheels sucked up in there a little further or not. I mean, just with the rear end on the jack, it may be a bad simulation, you know, with the whole weight of the car not on the ground. But I guess that'll wrap up this. Wasn't too bad to make. I don't typically make stuff just because it's, I don't know, I don't have time, and it's easier just to buy it. But probably doesn't make sense, but sometimes it's just not worth the hassle. Another little step forward to getting this thing done. We're getting it ready for power tour, making lots of changes. Got more to come. Thanks for watching Left 4 Dead Garage. We'll see you on the next one.